In this video, I'm going to react to the reason why nobody wants to take on the A-10 Warthog. Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Kabir Considers. This is the place where I react to music, media, sports, anime, anything related to popular culture. I'll watch it with an open mind and give you my 100% honest reaction to it. And if you could please hit that like button early, I'd really appreciate it. Now this should be a fun one because I remember a few weeks back I reacted to why nobody wants to take on the B-1 bomber, and that plane was just, honestly, it's for a plane that was designed so far back, I believe it was designed in the 60s or something like that, it still looks just absolutely amazing. Aesthetically, it looks like a modern plane, like a plane that was designed yesterday. And the amount of payload it can carry and its speed, you know, it's like the reasons why it's still in active service are aplenty. And in that comment section, so many people were like, Kabir, you need to check out the A-10, you need to check out the Warthog, it's something else, it will blow your mind. And me being someone who's really interested in, you know, technology, military aircraft and things like that, I knew I had to get to it. So let's go. This is going to be me reacting to the reason why nobody wants to take on the A-10 Warthog. Let's do it. Ooh.
5 reasons why no nation on Earth wants to fight the A-10 Warthog in a war.
Oh man. Alright.
One simply does not mess with the A-10 Thunderbolt and get away with it. Call her the A-10 Thunderbolt, or more affectionately, A-10 Warthog, but the U.S. Air Force Close Air Support Avenger will take a beating and still find a way to shower you with her low-altitude armor-piercing ammo.
Ooh, that noise, that... Oh, terrifying.
The A-10 is one of the most revered pieces of equipment that our fighting men and women have at their disposal, and its track record proves it. The 30mm GAU-8A cannon that sits on the front of the A-10 with its barrel protruding from the nose is one of the heaviest automatic cannons ever mounted on an aircraft.
Wow.
Since the pilots are protected by...
So these two big like engines, I love it. I love this aesthetic. It's just, it makes the plane look so mean, you know, and powerful as well.
Titanium armor, which also protects parts of the flight control system, the A-10 can linger longer in the battle zone in all kinds of conditions, including low visibility and darkness. The A-10 Thunderbolt has earned its reputation thanks to the bravery of her pilots and her performance above the battlefield. We're proud to give a little respect back to those who've served our great country and share a few of the reasons why the A-10 Warthog is an aircraft that should never be taken lightly.
Ooh, look at that maneuverability though. For a plane that looks pretty sizable, that's impressive.
1. Armament. Here's the total count. A 30mm GAU-8A cannon, up to 16,000 pounds of mixed ordnance on 8 underwing and 3 under fuselage pylon stations, a 500-pound Mk-82 and 2,000-pound Mk-84 series low-high drag bombs, incendiary cluster bombs, effects munitions, mine-dispensing munitions, an AGM-65 Maverick and AIM-9 Sidewinder missiles.
Holy cow. Man, that's a lot of weaponry. Jeez.
Plus a Gatling gun that's specifically designed to fire high explosive, incendiary, and armor-piercing depleted uranium rounds at a rate of 3,900 rounds per minute. That's a serious aircraft with a bad attitude. And you want to shoot at this bad beast? Good luck with that.
man.
2. Survivability. The A-10 has a honeycomb panel design that makes up the leading edges of the wing and tail, making them more resistant to battle damage. Interestingly, the front landing gear retracts under the wings while still sticking somewhat out of the fuselage, giving the Warthog a way to touch down with its landing gear up. This aircraft can survive multiple direct hits from armor-piercing and high-explosive projectiles, while its self-sealing fuel cells are protected by internal and external foam.
Wow, so it must be incredibly hard to bring one of these down. You know, I mean, why even bother?
Like in 2003, when Captain Kim Campbell successfully brought her Warthog back from a close air support mission near Baghdad, her 75th Fighter Squadron A-10 was hit by ground fire, taking extensive damage to the starboard vertical stabilizer, horizontal stabilizer, aft fuselage, and engine. Upon sustaining the hit, the airplane became uncontrollable, rolling left, nose down. After trying several ways to regain control, she engaged the backup mechanical flight control system. The jet responded, and with some help from her wingman, she landed back at her forward base.
Whew, wow. That's impressive. Fair play to that lady.
3. Range. At around 2,580 miles, the Warthog's flight range could get you from New York City to Los Angeles, California. Thanks to two General Electric TF-34 GE100 turbofan engines, the aircraft can achieve about 450 miles an hour, or Mach 0.75, making the Thunderbolt fast enough to be ultra-deadly.
When was this designed? Like, I'd love to know. I imagine it's probably been in service for quite a while, so is it around the same age as like the B1? Is it older, younger? Let me know in the comment section.
4. Support. The A-10 Warthog has immeasurable value to our U.S. troops on the ground and plays a critical role in our military strategy in the Middle East and around the world. Arizona Representative Ruben Gallego said, "I'm glad we were able to keep this fleet fully operational, and I will continue to fight to preserve this aircraft to ensure that the warfighter on the ground gets their air support." The A-10 was specifically designed for close air support missions. Its large and varied ordnance, long loiter time above the battlefield, accurate weapons delivery, and unfriendly field capability are more than well developed to be at the forefront of the ground forces around it.
How much did, what's the unit cost of one of these as well? Because based on the armament of it, you would assume, well, I would assume it's probably really expensive. Are they still in production today? Or, is it more about just maintaining the existing fleet that the US has? Yeah, I wonder how much it costs in comparison to, say, something like a B1, which I believe is, I think they were like 250, 300 million per plane. I wonder if it's cheaper. I've got a hunch it might be cheaper.
As the U.S. Air Force says, the low-altitude safety and targeting enhancement upgrade provided computerized weapon aiming equipment, an autopilot, and a ground collision warning system, which includes multi-band communications, global positioning system, and inertial navigation systems, infrared and electronic countermeasures against air-to-air and air-to-surface threats.
Wow.
In other words, try to shoot at our ground troops, and we will not only shoot back, but unleash hell on you exactly where you stand.
Woo!
5.
That Jeep is gone.
5. Grit. A-10 pilots have night vision capability to conduct missions during any hour after dark. The A-10 was also designed with a fast maintenance turnaround time in mind to keep it on the battlefield. Things like damaged wing skins that can be replaced in the field, the cannon creating so much smoke while it's being fired that it looks like a forest fire, and a Gatling gun that fires rounds the size of beer bottles makes the Warthog deserve its moniker.
The rounds are that big. Oh my God. Huge. Like what, that big and, that thick. Oh, you would not want to take one of those.
The Cross of Death. Certainly the most important thing to remember is the pilots who fly these winged wonders and the ground crews that maintain them. Our fighting men and women are the real heroes, and the A-10 Thunderbolt is just another tool in the fight for freedom, and a tool that works quite well, thank you. Contemporary Air Force F-15 and F-16 pilots like to joke that A-10s don't have instrument panel clocks, they have calendars. At the time, the Air Force's high-tech fighter faction, which included most of Air Force leadership, considered the twin-engined, straight-wing attack airplane an anachronistic dud, unfit to operate in the modern battlefield where it was supposed to kill Russian tanks. Whether you're talking about a sophisticated stealth bomber or flying machine gun, it's never easy to bring a new warplane into being. How the A-10 program survived its first few years is a complicated story. Former A-10 pilot and author Colonel Arden B. Dahl, retired, contends that the Thunderbolt II made it to production by prevailing in two key political battles. Between the maneuverability and the survivability, the A-10 Fleet Fighter Squadron has taken on Operation Enduring Freedom, Desert Storm, and ISIS wherever they may be, making it one of our best weapons in the fight for freedom around the globe.
Absolutely. Like, the maneuverability in particular is really impressive because, as the narrator has said, it's quite a large plane. And for it to be able to just turn, you know, on a sixpence just like that, it's you know, it's really, really impressive. Hats off to whoever designed this. I wonder who designed this. Is it because the engines came from General Electric? Was it Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman? Which company was behind this? Man, such a mean looking plane. I love those engines. Yeah, these engines just look so dang cool. It's a very different aesthetic to the F-22, which is obviously an amazingly beautiful plane, but it is just as menacing looking. Maybe it's because the armaments are so visible on the plane. You know, you can see what you're up against, whereas on the F-22 they're concealed. Yeah, different aesthetic, but equally as appealing. Wow, air-to-air refueling. Man, so cool. Woo. Those are some mean looking planes. Not to be messed with. Man, the A-10 is one badass plane. I mean, it's just, as I mentioned in the video, it doesn't conform to the, you know, sleek, you know, like ergonomic lines of like an F-22 or an F-35, you know, but it's got a ruggedness about it, you know, a real menacing appearance. You know, like to see it in the sky, you know, as an enemy would be, you would be filled with dread, I imagine. You know, very, very cool looking planes, very capable planes as well in terms of the maneuverability, the armament, the range, as the narrator mentioned. Yeah, the A-10 is one hell of a plane. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, turn on bell notifications, and keep throwing the recommendations my way. I know I say it all the time, but they genuinely help me out, because if I know you enjoyed watching something, I'll definitely enjoy reacting to it. So like, subscribe, turn on bell notifications, keep throwing the recommendations, and I'll catch you in the next one.